seen a Zerg versus Protoss game or two, so that'll give us some insight. And Mikejoro's got the nice little, I forget how many victories that is in 1v1. I suspect that's 50
Quite a lot.
100 or more than that even. I forget how that works.
10 times apparently is drunk right now, so we'll see what happens.
And 10 times is perhaps inebriated. All right. So, for those of you just tuning in, this is the SC Reddit Open number 7. I am Harlequin, and casting with me today is Atomica. And we're getting ready for this game here. So, in the north, we've got 10 times, and in the south, we've got Mikejoro. So, this is pretty much the game we just watched before, but with the positions reversed. How do you feel about Protoss strategies in general on this map, Atomica?
Well, like we saw in the last game, the Void Ray, as long as you hide it effectively, is extremely, extremely deadly. If you don't spot it, it can just simply fly over and annihilate everything, and of course it makes Zerg players very, very sad. Other than that, the long rush distance opens pretty fast expansion, and it's relatively safe. So
yeah, that was a really great... I really liked his positioning of the Stargates that game, because he built them way back by his gas, which normally, that's where you come in to attack or something like that, but if you've already walled off and you put them way back in the corner there, it's really hard to get sight over that, and you don't normally think about it. And it's a weird position where the Zerg player kind of has to intuit that the lack of units and the lack of anything he's seeing from the Protoss player indicates air, and just has to kind of guess air, but it's kind of hard to get that scout up. I guess he could have been a little bit more aggressive about kind of suiciding in an Overlord or something to that effect, but it was simply that lack of intelligence, by which I mean scouting, not that he was a dumb player, but that caused him to lose that.
Either just floated an Overlord over there and spotted it, or just simply, assumed that the lack of units meant air. He probably could have gotten a fair amount of queens up to defend.
So let's see, for Buildors now, and this is kind of the Builder I was talking about here. You'll notice his extractor is already up before he puts his pool down. So his pool was down on 14, and the gas is up right away, which means he will definitely have 100 gas by the time that pool is finished, setting himself up for a quick Zergling speed, almost undoubtedly. But also... that was pretty early. He leaves himself open. I've seen a Baneling Bust work wonders on this map as well. Baneling Bust is great for taking out that first pylon and Zealot as they try to guard. This is a strange wall, and you'll notice that 10 times has maybe a deliberate choice on his part, maybe a factor of being drunk while playing, but it kind of looks like it's open on both sides there, so we'll have to see if Lings can sneak in there or not.
I'm kind of inspecting that a little bit more.
I think I saw the probe definitely come in on the left side, but that may be a solid wall on the right. I'm not actually sure.
We'll definitely have to see what happens.
There's a Zerg probe drone just doing some chomping here on some workers. Let's see if he gets up, and there's that reaction. One of my favorite tricks, by the way, in that kind of scenario when you get surrounded, and he just takes it, is just immediately right-click on some minerals anywhere on the map, and you'll just walk right through any surrounds and just get out of there quick because you go into harvester mode. And here comes the quick Zergling. So look at that. So he's got the speed up right off the bat, and looks like he's even going to expand while he's attacking. So he's got his worker going out there just about at 300 minerals, and a quick little poke with 4 Zerglings, which is kind of a strange number. We'll see.
Yeah. 10 times, however, is going for actually Warp Gate technology, and he has that one Zealot holding off, so unless his wall is completely sealed, he might not be able to hold this off.
Yeah, if he had sent just a couple, 4 Lings, just especially with that Stalker shooting down on it, probably isn't going to be able to do too much damage. We'll see how this works. Yeah, so that isn't a wall off on the one side, and I don't think that pylon is a wall off either, but again, I don't think it really matters unless he has some more. He's probably just kind of looking to contain a little bit. Or at least make his presence known. The feeling I always get when I'm Zerg and I try this for too long is that, and you'll notice that he pulled all of his guys off of gas, all but one, which is a fairly sophisticated build order. I sort of like that idea of saying, okay, we're gonna get enough gas for speed, everybody's gonna get off, but I'm gonna leave just one on there, so eventually I'll have 100 minerals and I can get to tier 2, and then worry about gas later. Second queen is going up, so he's being nice and aggressive about getting queens. That's good, and he's walking the queen over after laying a creep tumor, which is much better than building a queen after your expansion comes up.
Absolutely. The creep spread between these two expansions, especially because of the distance, is absolutely critical to defense with ground units as a Zerg player.
And for the meanwhile, it looks like this is just kind of a standard 3 to 4 gate push here so far. You'll notice his production is going to line up pretty well, not perfectly, but he just finished one production cycle and then warp gate finished, so he's going to be able to crack open all those gates and get another production cycle out pretty quickly here. And if he were to, his money's looking pretty good too. If he were to spit out 3 more units right now, he'd have a pretty significant force on the field. Yeah, so looks like he's got a giant army right now, so I'd be kind of worried if I were the Zerg player.
Yeah, Mikejoro is actually pushing towards tier 2 at the moment. He has his lair down already, and just trying to econ up, getting his second base.
Yeah, oddly enough, he's kind of, and Zerg kind of always feels this way, but he's kind of, okay, he just got 26, he just produced another wave of drones there, but he's at 26 drones to 31 probes, and other than that, he's 5 Zerglings and a spine crawler, so he's really not looking too hot if 6 stalkers were to walk into his base right now, which they are doing.
Absolutely. So he's definitely going to see this incoming force. We'll definitely have to watch out how he reacts.
You can see his production tab spiked up. He's 8 more coming, Hydralisk Den going up, and 16 Zergs. So he basically is just being very reactionary. He's kept a lot of larvae in his pool, and just as soon as he sees that army, he's going to just produce them. So definitely playing defensively here, but spreading a lot of creep, getting spine crawlers out, really owning this territory. So we'll see how this fight goes coming up here.
Absolutely, and 10 times throwing down that pylon, so he'll be able to easily warp in any backup units that he needs.
Yeah, it's looking really good out there. All right, Lings. Let's see how you can do this. So the Lings are going in. Zealots kind of missed the ball on that one. This is a bad matchup. Really don't want to have that many Lings versus that many Zealots, especially with the Stalkers backing them up with that kind of sustained fire.
Absolutely.
That was I don't even think he took a loss there. He might have lost a single Zealot. There goes a Zealot to a spine crawler at the very least. This might simply be a push. I've been on the receiving end of this too, and with Zerg, it's always a tough balance to decide when can I make workers and when can I make units. And so he correctly identified early on that he had plenty of time to make workers, and then this army comes out of nowhere because Warp Gate Tech comes in, and he's just going to get gutted now by it. So it's always kind of a fine line to walk that feeling of comfort of, oh, okay, I have time to pump up my econ or not. But you can see these Hydralisks would normally be a great counter to the Gateway heavy army, but just not enough of them. It's just the wrong timing window for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mikejoro was just a matter of minutes too slow in his build order, just spreading himself a little bit too thin. It would have been an ordinarily extremely good play had this early push not come in and just wiped out forces that he simply didn't have.
If this had been something more like, a 3-gate robo, or if it had been, say he had actually been teching to Void Rays, he would have been in a great position to fight off a handful of Void Rays right now. But the fact that it was actually a 4-gate kind of all-in warp gate push, not even all in, frankly, it's got 10 times has got an expansion up and everything else. So, and there is a GG, well played, and that looks like that for him. So, just a solid Protoss play, I'd say there. Nothing fancy about it. 4-gate, warp gate tech, and an expansion. Looking good. So, congrats to 10 times there for winning on a stream.
Even
Under the gun with the pressure up.